Right, that's what you want?
No. Let's do it.
No, I'm going to ask you questions. It'll go faster. Show me the 4 muscles you've memorized.
This is the latissimus dorsi. See? This is the oblique. This is the glutamus maximus, and this is the tricep.
Good. Hard palate.
Okay, so in the front of his mouth is the hard palate right up here.
Soft palate.
The soft palate is in the back right there. Yeah.
Did the cat bite you, Avra?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Incisors.
Okay, so the incisors are these itsy bitsy tiny little teeth right there, and they're used for shredding.
Good.
And right behind them are the incisor ducts, which secrete saliva.
Good. Canines.
These 4 teeth right here are the canines, and they are used for piercing.
Premolars and molars.
The premolars and molars are hard to see with the camera because they're really far back there, and those are used for grinding. And kittens don't grow in their premolars until they're cats.
Tongue.
The tongue is right here, and it's the first part of the mechanical digestive process. It's also used for cleaning itself and its prey and taste.
Good. Liver.
All right. So this right here is the liver, and it I'm supposed to explain myself. Okay. Why are you laughing at me?
You're hilarious.
So the liver, it stores glycogen, and it also processes all the nutrients, and it kind of processes blood cells through it.
Good.
Also, in it is the little. See, I'm kind of like on a flow.
Go ahead. Go with your flow.
Go with the flow, Avra.
I'll just interrupt if you pause.
So here's the gallbladder right here, and when the cat ingests foods, the extra fat and oils called bile, the gallbladder processes that so it can go through the system. Also, right here is the spleen, and this processes like red blood cells. Next thing is esophagus, and that is right behind this trachea, and I can't really see it up in here, but it's the feeding tube from the mouth to the stomach.
Stomach?
The stomach is this gross thing with cat food all up in it. And this, we're gonna put that away for now.
Oh, now you have to go in it.
Oh
So
shoot.
the rugae.
Oh yeah, so the rugae are in the stomach, and they're little things that help the stomach expand and contract. Thank you. And so that the stomach can get bigger and smaller. Also, at the top of the stomach, between the esophagus and the stomach, is the cardiac sphincter, and that makes sure that food doesn't go back up the esophagus. And also below the stomach is the pyloric sphincter, and that helps push the food down into the small intestines. We have some
Pancreas.
We got the pancreas, which looks like a piece of chewing gum right here, and that has enzymes and insulin. I think that's the chewing gum. I hope so.
Small intestines.
We got some small intestines over here, and they have little villi in them. We didn't actually cut open our small intestines.
It's cut open. There's one spot where it's cut open.
Oh no, sorry.
Oh, right here. So the villi are in the small intestines, and they create surface area and help give me a minute, process the food down, process the nutrients down through the small intestines, I think.
Cecum.
The cecum is between the big intestines and the rectum.
Okay. What would I find there?
The appendix.
Good.
Also,
Yep.
the function of the large intestines is to absorb water and also produce waste.
Okay.
Hashtag poop. Alright, the rectum, as my mom would do. Stick your finger right up in there.
Yeah, but through both sides.
This is the rectum, right? Just
like out of nowhere. It was awesome.
we're like, where's the rectum? But the rectum is this little hole right here, and all the poop comes out to the anus, which is over here.
Good. Heart.
The heart. Well, this is my kitty cat's heart, but it's a little bit too bloody to look at. So we're gonna look at this heart.
Good, actually. Okay, you can
Yeah,
use this one. If you
I
want
worked
to.
that.
This is a
Alright,
pretty
so
good one.
Front, back.
Right.
Got it. Ready, set.
Superior vena cava.
Here is the superior vena cava.
Inferior.
Inferior vena cava.
Right atrium.
Right atrium.
Right ventricle.
right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle.
Pulmonary arteries.
We got some pulmonary arteries, which are bringing blood. We're bringing blood to the lungs.
Which one? Is it the blue ones or the red ones?
They are the okay. The veins bring blood back to the heart. The veins.
Think about what it's bringing. So is it bringing oxygenated or deoxygenated blood to the lungs?
It's blue. And there's one on either side so that it can go from left to right lung. And the veins bring oxygenated blood from the lungs back to the heart, and they're these red ones right here.
And
we also have
aorta.
The aorta, and this is the ascending aorta, which brings it to the brain, descending, which brings it to everything else.
Trachea.
We got the trachea, which is right here. And it has these little like ridges because if it didn't have these ridges, then it would collapse when you're breathing, and you don't have these ridges on the esophagus because the esophagus needs to collapse to be able to push food down into the stomach.
Good. Bronchi.
Okay, oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take it a little hot. We got some lungs over here on both sides, and the bronchi is where it branches off into different lobes of the lungs. This is the diaphragm down in here, which allows room for the lungs to expand when they blow up, and when they sink down.
Diaphragm. Wait, did I just?
Yes, you did that.
Sorry.
So the kidneys. See, I'm blowing
Kidneys,
through you,
you are,
man.
I
I just got this on lock.
Kidneys.
There you go. It's over there.
Where?
No.
Oh, the loose one.
Okay. Oh God.
That's one
I
of
found
them.
the heart. Hold on, quick story. I found the heart in the placenta. I was like, put this away. Why did you put the heart down there?
It's wrapped up in the placenta.
So the kidneys basically produce waste, which is urine. So they process urine and they process urine.
Where's that coming from? What are the kidneys filtering?
Water.
Filter our.
They filter our. They filter our blood.
Right.
Boom.
And then the renal artery, renal vein.
Okay, so the renal artery, so we talked about this, the renal vein is bringing the blood back to the heart
Right.
to get oxygenated,
Is it
and the
red?
renal artery
Right.
is bringing the blood to the kidney that's already oxygenated.
Wonderful.
They're red and blue. Do I need
You're good. Cortex and medulla.
Cortex is the, sorry, I'm shaking, I'm really nervous, man.
You're doing great.
The outside, the cortex, and the inside is this oyster-like thing.
Good.
That's like the middle. Or the medulla. Did I say medulla? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep, you're good.
So then the
ureter.
The ureter comes from the kidney out to the what's it called? The urethra, and I think that the ureter is this thing right here. So this is where the kidney was.
Yeah, we couldn't exactly find it because we'd cut it all
We
off.
cut it off.
See it on the attached one.
Let's see this thing. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're just tearing apart the cat now. All right.
All right. Tell me where my ureter is.
Your ureter is right here.
Lovely.
Okay.
And what is it attached to?
It is attached to the kidneys and also the bladder. And the
Good.
bladder is right here.
Okay.
This thingy.
Good. And then
The
function?
urethra, the function of the bladder is to hold urine when you have to pee, but you don't want to go pee at that moment.
Urethra.
The urethra is the little tube thingy that carries urine from the bladder to the vagina. And the vaginal hole is somewhere up in here.
Where exactly?
Okay. This right here.
Yep. Ovaries.
The ovaries. The ovaries. Okay. I'm gonna kind of flip that around. First, I'm gonna show you the fallopian tube.
Okay.
The fallopian tubes are right here,
Okay.
and the ovaries would be up in here.
R.
Up in here,
Good.
and up in here. They're like two
Point to it. Touch it. Good.
Yay.
And
What's the function of the ovaries?
the ovaries hold the eggs, and then they go down the fallopian tubes to the uterus where they grow.
Lovely.
The uterus would be right here, but we have placentas.
That's weird.
so I'm not really sure if our uterus is still there.
Oh, so it is. So actually all of this is uterus.
Colleen.
I know, she's been touching this cat all
This
day.
is all uterus.
Okay, so there's our
So
uterus.
if you remember when you cut out your little kittens,
Mhm.
they looked like little hors d'oeuvres, like wrapped like little pigs in a blanket. So their little blanket, that was the placenta.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's
So
our
that-
uterus.
So normally that would stay then. After the babies are born, it would obviously
Right,
not be
shrink.
cut out.
Yeah,
Okay,
it shrinks.
it shrinks, got it.
Okay.
And then here's our cervix, which would expand for the baby to be able to go through to the vaginal opening.
Good.
Now I'm going to show
brain.
you the brain.
Yeah,
Okay, all right, let's open up this. Do you want me to? Here, we're going to move
I'll
around.
come over here.
Okay, so we got our brain right here. And first,
For olfactory gland. Oh, really?
okay, so the olfactory lab, I think part of it got ripped out.
Okay.
So
Where would
it
it
would be
be-ish?
right here.
Okay,
And this controls smells.
good.
Next we have, I'm not doing this.
Does it
with gum.
control smells? What would maybe be another way to say
It
it?
doesn't control smells. It basically it processes smells. So like
There
when
you
you
go.
smell something,
Yeah,
it
that's
understands
better.
what it is.
Good. Frontal lobe.
Frontal lobe is this area right here.
What is it in charge of?
It is in charge of memory and logical reasoning.
Cerebellum.
Cerebellum is back here, and that's in charge of balance and movement. And then
Medulla oblongata.
the medulla oblongata is back here, and this controls involuntary movements.
And what does it connect to?
The spine?
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Thank you and goodbye.
How'd I do?